Hey, this is Joe Sanchez with Cryptochats. I'm here with Mac McGarry, president of SweetBridge, and that's sweetbridge.com. Mac, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Well, I'm an economist and a computer scientist, and
Woo!
I've been in the software business since 1985.
Oh my gosh, a brainiac, man. I'm scared.
And I was never good at programming, so they moved me to the front office to build demos and then to sell the stuff. And then you fast forward, years later, I've been part of 4 big ideas that became big companies.
Awesome.
And had the commercial success for that. But yeah, late in life, I'm 55, I want to do something meaningful, and I have my choice. So man, let's build a legacy company that does something cool.
God, man. I don't hear too many people, honestly, I don't hear too many people talking about legacy and what do I want to leave behind and what's going on, so continue.
Well, and so if you think about math and algorithms as an alternative form of trust, many of us who are part of the nerdocracy that, if we were to rewrite the rules of human evolution, we'd somewhere put software code in the middle of it,
Yes,
and create systems of trust and governance and transparency that would do better than our government.
We would.
Right?
Yeah.
There's waste, there's politics, there's personalities, sociopaths run for office.
All of it.
And they become that,
Yep.
But what we can start with is these economic technologies, we call it, and look at it at the genesis of the supply chain, where the supply chain starts, the dirt, the mining, the ocean, fish, forests, woods, and then look at how they then add values through that network to create a finished product. And I spent 30 years building companies, looked at the people who own the customer relationship. So, the Nike, the Dow Chemical, the Procter & Gamble, the Exxon, they own the relationship with the customer, so they have the margin. And as you move further and further away from the customer, you have higher cost of capital, less control. And so we said, hey, what if we thought differently? Instead of designing systems from the channel master down, let's start at the genesis supply chain and start designing it at the individual up. And then look at something we read about, but I now believe becomes feasible. So it's not just a theory, the triple bottom line.
Yeah.
So hold companies accountable, not just to the Wall Street profit share, market share, margin, EBITDA.
Beyond that.
What about the human impact? What about the environmental impact? 3 things to care about. I do believe we should have profitable companies. I think that's a good measure, but it's not the only one.
Why can't you do it all?
Yeah, why can't you measure it all?
Why?
Well, what's been up till now is that there isn't a good way to prove it. Like, let's say that there's a big coffee manufacturer, a coffee house, and they say they're 90% fair trade, which they say, we believe that there was no one harmed in the making of this, harvest of this bean.
How can we prove it?
But the truth is, they interval at 3 to 5 years, they send a team down there, local municipality knows about it, they can stage or fake the inspection process.
Yep.
So what if we created a blockchain environment where you actually had higher fidelity picture and you could monitor and control what's actually happening there? And then you start paying the good actors more than the bad actors, and you motivate through economic incentives for people to lift their game and stop deploying children.
Yeah, I mean,
or if they hire them, pay them more money.
Pay them, get them paid, at least take care of people, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, it's just awesome because when I was reading the website, I was like, this seems very interesting. I'm thinking, man, it's just cool to meet you and talk to you about it because I don't think there's too many people out there doing social good stuff.
Right.
And I think this is a very good social good project that people need to know about and need to know how to get involved and ways to get involved.
Yeah, I mean, and let me, maybe it's inappropriate to say, but it's true, is that we're not just about volunteers and good wishes.
No, I got that.
Man, we have to deliver a result.
Yeah.
We have to be accountable, we have to be visible. And this whole rise of cryptocurrency gives us token economics and gives us the ability to raise money as a non-profit open source foundation. Because we don't believe the big financial institutions should be the only people controlling money and the movement of money. So open source protocols around movement of money should be in the public domain. And we don't think the government should be the only one managing currency, right?
Man, 100%.
But if we had to go through a VC and say, you know what they do? They say, where'd you go to school and who do you know? So it's a network.
I mean,
it's 50 white men controlling all the economy.
All that.
But are they going to invest in an open source technology where we give it away?
No.
I don't think so.
They don't see the value of it.
And
the people do.
The people do, but here's what's interesting is that I was in DC last week. It took time and money, but we got in front of the US Treasury and we said, dude, you need to wake up. There's something here. It's about innovation, it's about keeping America great, it's about fairness. And if you're a government for the people, by the people, you got to think about that.
You got to start somewhere.
You got to think about that. Are you thinking about
your
that?
job, man. You know, that's the biggest thing. Because you're not thinking like that. They don't think like that till somebody like you comes in, opens their eyes, and says, "Hey, there's something going on over here. Something that you should be aware of."
Yeah, and we've solved problems for like Nike in my last business, where they're able to do a better job of supply chain efficiency. And what we know to be true is if the technology isn't easy to deploy and adopted by the supplier community, and it's cost effective, they don't do it. So we're not going to say, hey, put solar panels on your roof because it's to save the planet. We want to say implement transparency in your supply chain because the consumers care.
Yes.
And if you're thinking about it, in 5 years, all of us are going to say, I'm only going to buy this computer if I can be convinced that no children were used in the making of this computer. No slaves were used in my seafood. And then the corn I get, it's the corn advertised. It's real corn.
It's not.
And therefore, people are only going to be able, there's going to be huge economic incentives to be transparent.
I think that's what we need, and that's the reason why I got involved with the blockchain and cryptocurrencies is because peer-to-peer and it's transparent, you know. And the more transparent companies become, I think the more valuable they come to people. I mean, because if I know what you're doing and it's real, then I believe more in you and I want to invest more. I want to buy your product or serve you somehow. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, it's awesome. So his project is SweetBridge.com, and again, Mac McGarry. I don't want to ever mess up his name because he's a cool guy. He's a Mac, you know. All right, so I'm just letting you all know. But I'm grateful. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate you so much.
Yeah,
Blessings.
excellent. Thank you for spending time with me today.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.